Well, hey, it is Tuesday, January the 19th, 2021. I'm out here in central Arkansas at my parents' property. I've had several people ask me lately, when are you going to put out more content? Well, most of the videos I put out have either me successfully harvesting deer or at least seeing deer and getting them in range to get some good video footage. And that just hasn't happened since the last video I put out where I shot that doe at 12 yards on the ground with a crossbow. I've been doing some work getting ready for next season. I'm finishing up some things, for the end of this season. And I've also got a few spots I've still been trying to hunt some deer. The issue now is most of the properties that I hunt, I've shot the does that I wanted to shoot off of them. And so now it's just whatever bucks give me an opportunity, and they just haven't been showing up in daylight. I've been hunting a few times since then and haven't seen any deer at all. The cameras are showing that they're only moving at night. One more thing I'm going to try before I just completely give up with this hunting season, since we still have almost a month and a half left, is I found a new piece of public ground that's walk-in, bow only, and it's only about 10 minutes from my house. And it's something that hasn't been public for very long at all. And so I'm hoping that there's not a lot of hunting pressure. And so this afternoon, I'll go out there and check it out and see if it's worth hunting. I've got a cheap little trail camera that I'll bring with me, and if I find a good looking spot that I want to try to hunt, I can't hunt today, but I might throw that camera out there just so we can start getting some inventory and seeing what kind of deer are in the area and when they're moving through, and if it's even worth hunting where I want to try it out. And so I got a little project to do behind me at my brother's hunting spot here at my parents' land, and so I'll let y'all tag along for that. Alright, so for my first project of the day, I'm going to take this tripod feeder that I've got out here. I'm going to put up a hanging feeder. I've got a big metal L-shaped arm with a winch and on it that I'm going to put up there. And that'll probably be the feeder that I'll leave here at this spot. I'm planning on, there's a really good open trail, open lane here. It's actually kind of a mini power line. And my plan for that is they recently came in here, they trimmed up some limbs and did some clearing out and stuff just to open it back up, and then they mowed it. And when they mowed it down to the dirt basically. And so since it's January, everything's dead. I'm planning on, since I've got the ground basically prepared, I'm going to come in here and broadcast some white clover. That way hopefully it'll get a jump on growing before the grass starts to come back. Then that way all I got to do is just mow it high with a bush hog a few times through the year, and hopefully I'll end up with a good 120 or so yard clover food plot here by the time deer season rolls around. And then I'll have a feeder on this tree behind me just as a little extra incentive. For now I'm going to work on swapping out feeders, and so hardest part will be getting this L bracket up there on the tree. So I got some ratchet straps and I got to clear out some limbs and stuff, but let's get to work. wrap. Seems to work. On to the next project. Alright, well, I just parked and I'm going to get started. Seeing what this place has to offer. I don't know if I'll find anything today. I did bring one trail camera with me that if I find something that looks good, I got my stick ladder on bottom 4-foot section, and so I'll get up in the tree a little bit and put it out. See if I can get any pictures of any deer. Well, I've been walking around for 30-40 minutes now, and I finally found my first bit of sign. I've only seen one deer track, but I've got away from finding boot tracks. I got off the main trail, took a side trail, came around here, and I'm walking through this creek, and I walked up here where it kind of flattened out. It looked like a good crossing, and I found a couple of scrapes that are older, but on some private property I hunt. I still got deer that are coming by hitting scrapes, and so this looks like a good spot to put out a camera. I don't see any others around, and so for now I'll drop a waypoint on it, and if I don't see anything that looks any better, then I'll put it here. If nothing else, it may give me a chance to get a good inventory to see what kind of deer are in the area. Almost makes me wish that I had put my camera here. It's a lot fresher, but still no tracks right in it. So we'll see. I'll put a waypoint down and maybe move it here next week or so. So I'm just about done walking around out here. Initial reaction is this place has a lot of potential. Got the one camera out, and so I'll check it in a week or so and see if anything promising is on it. And if not, then I'll move it somewhere else. Alright, so it is Tuesday, January the 26th, and I'm back out here on this public land that I found. I scouted out last week and hung a camera over, and so now I'm working on getting to the camera. It rained a couple days, really hard one day, I guess yesterday, and so there's no boot tracks since then. And only one person, one vehicle had pulled in there at the parking lot and turned around, so it looks good. Well, I just got done scouting out that public land again and moving the camera around. I went to a spot where it looked good from the road and on the satellite image last week, but I hadn't actually walked it. Whenever I walked it today, I mean, it looked better in person than it did on the satellite, and so it's right at the edge of the public, and so there's private around it, and there's a pretty good chunk of woods and some looks like open cattle pastures around there and stuff, and so looks like a promising spot. So I stuck a camera there at kind of a natural funnel area, and so I'll leave it a week or so and then come back and check it and see if it's worth hunting. Well, hey, today is Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021. It's Groundhog's Day, also my parents' anniversary. And so I'm out here deer hunting still. We can hunt till the end of February here in Arkansas with archery. And so I'm still out here just trying to get another deer on the ground. I spent a lot of time this morning doing some work on the private land that I can hunt. But I've got 4 hours, a little over 4 hours till dark. And so I'm out here trying. This will be my first real attempt at hunting public land. And, I found just under 1,000 acres. It doesn't look like it's hunted very much. I've been out here twice now scouting and putting out cameras and moving around. And I saw people out here to hunt both times. But, if there's 10 people hunting out here, it's a big area. There's a lot of woods and some open grown up fields and all that. And so I got a trail camera out here. I'll check it first. But probably, regardless of what's on it, I'm going to hunt this evening. I'm pretty close to it. It's just a good looking spot, and so I'll try to sneak out there. I think it's close to a mile walk back in there, and so I'll have all my gear and camera gear and tripod and all that stuff and crossbow, but I'll load it up. There's nobody here at the parking spot for this public land right now, which is a little early, and so I'll be the first one back in there hopefully, and we'll see if we can't make something happen out here on public land here in central Arkansas. Here we go. Got a long ways to go. At least we're making progress. At least this time out here, I'm seeing some deer tracks on these trails where it rained about a week ago. This ground's pretty soft, but there hadn't been any deer tracks. But now there's some right here through the middle of the property. Oh, I see a deer. There's a couple of them. It's the first deer that I've seen on this property. So that's a good sign. Well, the card pole looked good. Getting deer coming through there. And they're doing what I figured. They're using this ridge and walking down it and coming out there where I thought, crossing through there. And so also got a hunter coming through there this morning. The deer were there yesterday. Guy came through and hunted this morning. Looked like for a few hours. Either that or he just walked around for a long time and just came back recently. And plus, when I was walking in, I saw that they were doing controlled burns at another piece of land. But when I got out here, they're doing a controlled burn right in the middle of this property. And it's headed towards right where I was planning on hunting and where my camera is. And so I took that as a sign that I probably didn't need to be right there. And so I made a big circle and came back around close to where the does ran off. And so they went over this ridge. And I'm watching. So I'm hoping that tonight we'll come back down to slip out to this field and give me a shot. Well, that was a fun hunt. Didn't see any deer while I was out there actually hunting in my spot. Probably should have went to where my camera was, where I got pictures of deer yesterday in daylight, and where I was just looks like a better funnel there. But I don't know, it's fun just to get out there. You never know what's going to happen on public land. Appears there wasn't anybody else hunting the property tonight, and so it's a good sign. I'm going to head home and get ready to try it again another day. So I'm out here planting a food plot, and I'm breaking out some leaves and stuff to plant some clover. I look out in the woods, and I see something. I've been watching this deer this year. Looks like he's been dead a while. I don't know how he died. I never got a shot at him. It's crazy. You never know what you'll find out in the woods. There's always something though.